I'm drinking coffee. What are you doing today, my friends? It is I, the OGGM, coming to you mostly live at 8:41 in the morning on this, the 12th day of a bright and sunny October 2023. And hey, Gallowspire early access is up, and we just got a letter from Rosalie Martin of BKOM thanking us for our coverage of the Gallowspire Survivors video game. Thank you very much, Rosalie, for reaching out to us. Wow, this is quite an honor, considering I don't play the game, but for $7 I might give it a try. It's available right now, early access on Steam for $7, which is pretty decent. Anyways, Rosalie said in her letter, we'd like to thank you even more for the great content you've made for Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors in recent times on your platform. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Rosalie. We appreciate you. Every week we try to highlight influencers who post about the game on our social media and our stream news. If we haven't mentioned you, we will in the coming weeks. Thank you. Here are some important changes we've made to the game with feedback and comments from the community. In our newest patch, which just went out yesterday, there are changes to the potion belt and dash mechanic. They now have a hyper mode, which I guess is worse than hardcore. So easy, medium, hard, hyper. Our game is, we've added more passive slots for abilities and equipment. If you're not familiar how games like this work, our game is optimized on Steam Deck. I don't know what Steam Deck is. Is that Steam's handheld? We divided runs into chapters, each chapter being a level of the dungeon, I guess. Gallowspire is a dungeon somewhere in the world of Pathfinder. If you remember, we looked it up on the Pathfinder wiki. You know, typical tower, mysterious tower in the middle of nowhere, populated by a lich who's doing all sorts of evil shenanigans, and, you know, typical classic adventure setting with a pretty cool name, Gallowspire. They did some upgrades on the user interface, and they did some progression and quality of life updates. Quality of life in a top-down bullet hell game. Here's what we intend to do in the weeks to come. So she also gave us a hint of things to come. Again, thank you very much, Rosalie. So they're going to be adding collectible monster and item cards that give you bonuses during your run. They will all showcase Pathfinder official art, and they will add aiming to the game in a way to add dice skins so you can customize your rolls. Aiming. How do you aim in a top-down bullet hell Vampire Survivors? Vampire Survivors was first, right? At least it's the first one I ever heard one of. Though, wasn't there a duck one before Vampire Survivors? Vampire Survivors is obviously the one that got this genre the most recognition in the past year or so. Is it the first? I mean, it's basically Gauntlet, right? If you're familiar with Gauntlet, then you know how top-down bullet hell games like this work. One player, one guy. This one is unique, and it gives you a friend that follows you around. I don't know if you can do multiple players with Gallowspire. I don't think so. Let's see. No, it's single player. God, if somebody could figure out how to do a Gauntlet version multiplayer, considering how many VTubers were playing this when it first came out for Vampire Survivors or this, that would be the next kick-asser. So, hey, I guess for $7, you can't not play it, especially since Rosalie reached out to us. I normally don't download video games much anymore these days, but hey, aiming. How would that work? I mean, you're so busy in this type of game. When would you have the time to aim your attacks? The whole thing about this game is that its area style of games is its area effect attacks, right? There's as many things as possible, doing as much damage as possible to clear the board as quickly as you can. Quality of life, what type? I guess for the off-screen stuff, like the crafting and the things that you do in between runs, there is some type of quality of life in the game. Dice skins so that you can customize your rolls. Sure, why not? I mean, obviously games like this, bread and butter is, the purchases, the ways to make each person's run unique to them with the downloadable stuff, the cosmetics and stuff like that. That's how these games live or die. That and getting recognized by VTubers. So yeah, I haven't seen anybody play Gallowspire yet online, but I guess I'll give it a try. Sure, for $7. Can't be any worse than any other video game I suck at. But hey, again, thank you very much, Rosalie Martin, who is of BKOM Studios, for reaching out. She refers to herself as the Coordinator, Communications, and Cultural Day Enterprise of BKOM. Cultural Day Enterprise? I don't know what that means. I think that's a made-up word, but whatever. I'm not going to question it. $7. It's available on Steam if you want to try it out. Again, Rosalie Martin from BKOM Studios reaching out to us to let us know what the most recent patch to this game added and giving us a hint of what things to come and thanking us for our coverage of this game. Because, yeah, we covered this game so much. I'm not going to jinx it. Thank you. We'll have more of this story, I'm sure, when we do our weekly Pathfinder update, which is today. Oh, no, wait, it's Thursday. Tomorrow. I'm a day behind, aren't I? See ya.